If you're planning on buying a home, understanding the language matters just as much as understanding the price. Real estate comes with its own terminology, and knowing what these terms mean can help you avoid surprises and make confident decisions. Here's some key terms every buyer should know. Let's start with the offer itself. Conditions. Conditions are something that must be satisfied before the deal becomes firm. These could include things like financing, inspection, or insurance. Firm sale. A firm sale is when all conditions are either waived or fulfilled. This is when the buyer and seller are both legally committed to the agreement. Irrevocable. This is the moment in time that your offer is good until. Until the irrevocable is met, the offer can't be withdrawn. Once the irrevocable is passed, the offer no longer stands. Deposit. This is the money provided after an offer is accepted. It's normally held in a real estate trust and forms part of your down payment. Completion date or closing date. The day ownership is transferred and you get the keys to your new property. Next, we'll talk about how deals are negotiated, starting with purchase price, which is the agreed price between the buyer and seller, separate from closing costs or adjustments. A counteroffer is a response that changes one or more terms of the original offer. Once a counteroffer is made, the original offer no longer exists. Multiple offers is when more than one buyer submits an offer on the same property. The seller will then choose which offer they'd like to accept or deal with. Escape clause. An escape clause allows the seller to continue to offer the property for sale, giving the buyer first rights of refusal to remove one or all conditions if another acceptable offer is received. Understanding the money side of things is crucial. A pre-approval is an estimate from a lender on how much you may qualify for. It's not a guarantee, but it helps set a realistic budget. Down payment is the portion of the purchase price that's paid upfront and is due on closing. Mortgage commitment or mortgage commitment letter is a formal approval received by your lender outlining the terms of the loan, normally received during a conditional period. Closing costs. Closing costs are costs paid beyond the purchase price, including things like legal fees, land transfer tax, title insurance, and adjustments. Now for the property itself, starting with home inspection. A home inspection is a due diligence report usually performed by a contractor who's contracted by the buyer to inspect the subject property. Title search. A title search is to confirm ownership, check liens, easements, or restrictions. Chattels. Chattels are movable items included in the sale and normally include things like appliances. Fixtures. Fixtures are things that are permanently attached to the property, like built-in cabinetry or light fixtures. Finally, a few market terms that you may hear. A buyer's market is when there's more homes for sale than there are buyers, and buyers typically have the upper hand in the negotiation. A seller's market is the exact opposite. There's more buyers than there are homes for sale, and sellers have the upper hand in the negotiation. A balanced market is right in the middle. Supply and demand are relatively stable, and the buyer and seller are generally on equal playing fields. Absorption rate is the rate at which homes are selling compared to the available inventory, and it's one of the best indicators to calculate market strength and where the market is heading. Understanding these terms help buyers move through the home buying process with clarity and give you a leg up before you even start your home search. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching.